Hi Internet, I'm John Appleseed. Welcome to my YouTube channel where we do a daily crossword puzzle. Today we've got our Cryptic Crossword Apprentice class. This is part of my own effort to learn cryptic crosswords. And of course you are welcome to join me and watch these lessons where I teach myself. Or perhaps you just want to laugh at an American who's raised on the New York Times crossword and is struggling to adapt to a entirely different set of conventions and wordplay. In any case, what this is The Weekender Cryptic by Fraser Simpson, published every Saturday in the Globe and Mail, a Canadian publication. It does not use British English, which is why it is a little bit more accessible to me as an American who did not attend Oxford or Cambridge, as a lot of the readers of the London Times probably did or aspired to behave that way. So in any case, what this is I'm going to go through this puzzle, solve as many of the clues as I can. I'm going to make sure I look at every across and down clue at least once. Then I'll try and figure things out from any crossing letters that I've got. If I hit the 20-minute mark and I still have blank answers in the puzzle, which I almost certainly will, I will allow myself 3 single-letter hints. And if that still doesn't help, I will just reveal entire words and try and reverse engineer the wordplay from those. All right, let's get started. Timer is clicking. Okay, 1 across. Tantrums about small, clenched hands. And if you're new to cryptic crosswords, we need to split each clue, generally, into 2 parts. One side, we don't know which side, but one side will be a crossword definition, so an example or a synonym, and the other side will be wordplay that generates that same set of letters. So, tantrums about small, clenched hands. Small can be abbreviated by S. So if we can think of a 4-letter word for tantrums and put that about a letter S, put S somewhere within that word, do we get a synonym for clenched hands? And I think we do. So a tantrum could be a fit. So we put fits. Fits are tantrums. They are about S, the abbreviation for small, and we get fists, which is a synonym for clenched hands. Okay, luckily we got that one first, so I can demonstrate how these clues work. 4 across, spirit, cops, span, sci-fi, subgenre. Surface reading makes me think there's some kind of sci-fi subgenre about spirit cops who chase down supernatural ghosts or something like that. That's probably not what it is. Spirit probably means rum or some other short alcoholic beverage, maybe gin. Or spirit could be the answer. Cops. Cops could span a sci-fi subgenre. So cops are a synonym for cops as being around a short sci-fi subgenre, or spirit cops span. Maybe we have a spirit, then cops spanning sci-fi, and we get a subgenre. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on with that one. 9 across, castle fortification, hit hard, split. Castle fortification, hit hard, split. Not sure about that. There are a lot of words for castle fortification. That might be our synonym. Hit hard like wallop. Split that in half or something. I don't know. 10 across. Let's go back to there. 10 across is party held in shady realm, the jurisdiction of a nobleman. So this might be like duchy or a county or dukedom, earldom, something like that. A jurisdiction of a nobleman. Party could be held in shady. Nope, not getting that. 11 across is light dieting, ideally holds it back. And I do a lot better when I have some crossing letters in the grid, so I may not get anything on my first pass through the puzzle. So my suggestion to you is that you watch this on double speed until I start filling things in. 11 across is light dieting, ideally holds it back. Dieting, ideally. Maybe a word for ideally, that is holding T-I, i.e. it spelled backwards, it back. Light dieting. Fasting? Nope. 12 across, source of guru without letter of referral in first aid box. Okay, that surface rating doesn't make much sense. Source of guru without letter of referral in first aid box. No. 14 across. The old days somehow remain constant. And the 4-6 means we need two words here, a 4-letter word and a 6-letter word. The old days somehow. Are we anagramming? Could somehow be an anagram indicator. The old days is 10 letters. If we anagram the old days, do we get a synonym for remain constant? I think stay is in the old. Stay. What would be left? We would have an H, an E, an O, an L, and D, S, T, A, Y, and another D. Remain constant. Stay. Huh. That is not clicking to me. Okay, I thought that was right. I thought we were anagramming the old days. Okay, if that's not it, then I'm not quite sure. 15 across, gasps of surprise trickle from reporters. Reporters might be a homophone indicator. Reportedly is often used as a homophone indicator. So we have a homophone for trickle, maybe. Gasps of surprise. Yes. Ooh might be a gasp of surprise, so make that plural. Ooze. And that is a homophone of O-O-Z-E, which means trickle, like molasses oozes or liquid oozes. And a reporter, someone who is telling you what they heard, might pronounce that word as a homophone of O-O-H-S. 18 across, Second Avenue, bank. Second can be the letter S, an abbreviation for second, and a degrees, minutes, seconds kind of thing. It can also be moment, M-O. So Second S Avenue, abbreviated AVE, we get save. To save your money is to bank your money. Yeah, I think I'll allow that. 20 across, ordered crudest changes, reusing some elements. Changes, again, might be an anagram indicator. Maybe we are anagramming crudest, but we're reusing some of the letters, and we get a synonym for ordered, a 10-letter word for ordered. Ordered, directed, commanded, nope. 23 across, rebuild Gaul, east of wine country. There's a lot of anagram indicators. Just about anything could be an anagram indicator. Rebuild would be a good anagram indicator. Gaul East is 8 letters, which is what we need. Can we rearrange Gaul East to make wine country? Of could just be a linking word here, kind of like an equal sign that links the two parts of the clue together. Wine country. Nope, that's not clicking. 24 across, turn 4. Riding in balloon before the end. 4 might be a Roman numeral 4. Riding in balloon before the end. So maybe we cut off the end of the word balloon. So I'm thinking if we insert IV into B-A-L-L, does that give us a word for turn? and I don't think it does. Riding in balloon. Nope. 26 across. Masterful accomplishment controlled in pairs. No, don't know what that means. 27 across. Stops resisting sieving bananas or sieving bananas. Stops resisting, gives in. And gives in is an anagram of sieving. So we make sieving bananas, we anagram it, scramble the letters to get gives in. And that matches the 5 letters. 2 letters we need according to the parentheses. 28 across. Harm the reputation of 45 communist computer experts. Communist probably red. 45 could be an album, or we could be looking for another Roman numeral. Sometimes when you see numbers in the clue, they refer to another answer in the puzzle, but we don't have a 45 across or a 45 down, so I don't think that's right. Harm the reputation of. No, don't know that. Okay, 29 across. Appraised, back-ordered honey containing hint of time. Back-ordered might be a reversal indicator. If we back-order honey, maybe a synonym of honey like dear or love or sweetie or something like that, with a hint of time. Maybe just a T, 1 letter from time. Appraised. Nope. 1 down. Supplies samovar covered with Pisces symbol. Pisces symbol is a fish. Or fishes. If we spell it like this. And then a samovar is a container for tea, or a synonym for that might be an urn. Then we get furnishes. So fishes is covering urn, and we get furnishes, a synonym of supplies. 2 down. Groundbreaking seal keeps bit of moisture in. Groundbreaking. I think seal is keeping a bit of moisture, like a drop or a bead of moisture. Drop, groundbreaking. No, not getting that. 3 down. Most intelligent NFL team brought up evaluation. Brought up in a down clue probably means we are reversing a word. We're writing it upside down from the bottom of the grid toward the top. Most intelligent, smartest. NFL team brought up. Evaluation is test. Okay, that's what it is. Most intelligent is our definition. We split the clue after intelligent. NFL team brought up is the Los Angeles Rams. Is spelled backwards. And an evaluation is a test. And we get smartest, most intelligent. 4 down. On the phone, refer to locality. On the phone might be another homophone indicator. So I think we're looking for a synonym of locality that is a homophone for refer to. To cite is to refer to something, and a locality is a site. Yeah, so site is a homophone of site. 5 down. Giddy mule carted certain style of gemstone. I think mule carted, is that 10 letters? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, so I think giddy is an anagram indicator. We're anagramming mule carted, and we're going to get a certain style of gemstone. 7 letters and 3 letters. Some kind of cut. Something cut. What would be left over then? M-L-E-A-R-E-D. Emerald cut. Is that a thing? I think that is a cut of gemstone. Emerald certainly is. Okay, 6 down. Maureen got up wearing a long face. Maureen, is there a... I think Maureen can just be a generic word for an Irish woman. Kind of like Pierre for a Frenchman. I'm not sure. 7 down, experience some unsound ergonomics. This is a hidden. Look at the phrase, the words unsound ergonomics. Hidden in there is the word undergo. So some, the word some is an indicator that we're taking some of the following words in order, is kind of implied, and undergo is to experience something. 8 down, tidy 1/3 of keg, almost completely drained, almost completely drained. So 1/3 of keg could be the letter K or G or E, I guess, 1/3 of those 3 letters. Almost completely drained would just leave the letters A and T of almost. All right, I'm not seeing that. I'm looking for a 5-letter synonym of tidy. No. 13 down, Spooner's significance landed like some dubious compliments. All right, Spooner is a reference to a British clergyman who mixed up the letters of phrases famously in his speech. The example I like to use is instead of may I show you to a seat, he would say, may I show you to a sheet, that kind of thing. So there was a recent puzzle where tanning bed spoonerized became banning Ted. So we're looking for some kind of phrase like that. We probably have to come up with a phrase like a phrase that means significance landed and switch letters so that it becomes a synonym of dubious compliments. So I'm not sure. I'll have to get some crossing letters for that one. 16 down, Messieurs Vicious, Whitney, and Beatty removed from play. Monsieur means misters in French. The fact that it's in French makes me think we're using those letters. There is a Sid Vicious, an Eli Whitney, and a Ned Beatty, all short words. So Sid, Eli, and Ned, sidelined. So a player who is removed from play would be sidelined. I think that is what that is going. Removed from play is our definition, and then Vicious, Whitney, and Beatty are is the wordplay. All right, 17 down. Fret about profession written up in guide. All right, I think profession written up is an upside down word for profession, like job or career maybe. We take either the word fret or a synonym from fret and put that around the profession, and we would get a word for guide. A 2-word phrase, 4 and 4. Guide. To guide, maybe. To show over or something. And I'm not getting it. 19 down. E.g., patience and perseverance. Fixed SUV tire. We have a V at the beginning, so I think maybe SUV is part of our wordplay. Could fixed be an anagram indicator here? Yes, patience and perseverance are virtues, for example, and that is an anagram of SUV tire. All right, we're almost done with the downs. 21 down. Circle back to gun. Really? Circle back to gun. No. 22 down. Sound made by die selector. Sound made by die. Don't know. 23 down. Set the speed for thick culinary mixture using voice. Not sure about that. 25 down. I lost in the end 4 big awards. I'm thinking EGOT. EGOT is 4 big awards. How do we get that? I lost in the end. I can be ego. That's the Latin word for I. And then lost in the end is T. I'm pretty sure the answer is EGOT. I'm not sure I'm getting the wordplay because there's nothing to indicate a Latin. We're looking for the Latin word for I, but maybe it's just assumed that everybody knows that we're talking about Latin here. Okay, let's see if I can get any of these where I've got some crossing letters. Going to give myself another minute. Spirit Cops. Span sci-fi subgenre. I just feel like the answer is sci-fi subgenre. Spectral or something. No. Castle Fortification. Is it Moat? Hit Hard Split. A rampart is a castle fortification. To ram is to hit hard, and to split is to part. Yes. Jurisdiction of a nobleman. I think that's earldom is kind of what I'm thinking of. How does the wordplay work? Party is a do, a festival, an affair, a do. It is held in realm, an anagram of realm. So shady is an anagram indicator. We put an anagram of realm around do to get earldom, which is the jurisdiction of an earl, a nobleman. Holds it back. Light. Dieting. Yeah, I'm just not getting that. 2 down. Groundbreaking. Seal. Bit of moisture. Groundbreaking. What's the word for groundbreaking? No. Okay, so it doesn't begin with stay for 14 across. I thought it was going to be stay something. To hold steady. That is an anagram of the old days. Okay, and that is a 2-word phrase that means remain constant. So is this seal holds bit of moisture. Bit of moisture could be this letter M, and then IN is that word N at the end. We get seminal, which could be groundbreaking research or something like that. Light dieting. That's not clicking for me, unfortunately. 6 down, Maureen got up wearing a long face. Nope. It either means tidy, kempt. Kempt means tidy, the opposite of unkempt. So that K could be 1/3 of keg. Completely drained is empty, but almost empty would be EMPT. That gives us kempt. Spirit. Or sci-fi subgenre. Steampunk is a sci-fi subgenre. Spirit Cops. Span. I don't understand the wordplay. Military police, could they be cops? I'm pretty sure sci-fi subgenre is steampunk, but I don't know. So is this Maureen? We just anagram Marine or something? Morose. Oh, Mo is short for Marine, especially in the UK, probably in Canada as well. Mo got up. Mo rose. Gives us morose, wearing a long face. Source of guru. It comes from India, from Sanskrit. That's the source of guru. Sans means without in French. Letter of referral in first aid box. Letter of referral, I guess, is this R, a letter from the word referral, and it goes in kit, a first aid kit, because like Sanskrit. Okay. Still don't know this one. I should start using hints, but I feel like I'm making a little bit of progress here. Ordered crudest changes. We're using some elements. I think we are anagramming crudest with some repeated letters, and we're getting a synonym for ordered. But I don't know what it is. I don't think I can get this one about the spooner's significance. It's landed like some dubious compliments. Dubious compliments would be backhanded, and And Spooner would say that as hack bandit. So that's not, I'm not on the right track there. Okay, don't know that. Rebuild Gaul. Gaul East. We've got an R in it, so it's not, I was thinking it was an anagram of Gaul East. That's not going to work. Wine country, or east of wine country. Rebuild. No. Thick culinary mixture using voice. Nope. Masterful accomplishment. No. 45 communist computer experts. Summoned by die selector. Spooner significance. Nope, not getting any of these. 17 down. Fret about profession. Written up in guide. No. Circle back to gun and appraised. Rated. Could tar be back ordered honey? Hint of time. No. Rated might be appraised, but I don't think the wordplay works. Okay, so I'm going to give myself 3 single letter hints and see if that works. Let's try this. Well, use these crossing letters. Let's do this one. And I'm not going to get that one. Maybe this one. This gives us 2 clues. And this one will give us 2 clues. And let's see if that helps. Rebuild or wine country. No. Turn. Twirl. Could be to turn. No, that doesn't fit. Writing in balloon before the end. Nope, not getting that. And here, ordered. Okay, I don't think I got anything from those. All right, it's time to start revealing words. And then we'll try and figure out the wordplay from the answer. So this is light dieting. So it's not light dieting, which is kind of what I was thinking would be. It is to light. To light a fire is to ignite. Dieting ideally holds it back. Okay, this is another hidden, but it's a reverse hidden. So we've got ignite spelled backwards. So holds is our indicator that we're looking for a hidden. Dieting ideally holds it, the answer, backwards. Ignite, a synonym for light. Okay, I don't think I would have gotten that one even with a lot of thinking. 20 across is ordered crudest changes. I think this is a synonym of ordered using an anagram of crudest. Let's find out. Structured, ordered is structured. It does have all the letters from crudest in it with some of them being reused. Okay, I think that's right. Rebuild or wine country. Portugal. Okay, I guess Portugal could be a wine country, port, or Madeira. They're fortified wines, but I guess, yeah, Portugal is wine country. That's a little bit iffy, but we rebuild Gaul. Here's an anagram of Gaul. East. Oh, it is. Well, maybe could east be like the port side of a ship? Or I'm thinking east of wine. Rebuild Gaul. On one side, oh, it's on the east, on the right side. So if this were a map, west would be over here, east would be over here. So a rebuilt Gaul is on the east side of wine, which is, or port, which is a kind of wine. And we get the synonym for country. So Portugal is not wine country, it is just country. All right, what is 24 across? I think it's a synonym of turn. Let's see. To swivel is to turn. It does have a 4 in it. Okay, to balloon is to swell, but it is balloon before the end, so swell with just its last letter removed. We insert a Roman numeral IV in there and we get swivel, which means turn. I was thinking of that word play, but I didn't think of a synonym for balloon. Masterful accomplishment controlled in pairs. I have no idea what that means. Masterful accomplishment, I guess. coupled. No, controlled in pairs. In pairs is coupled. Masterful accomplishment could be a coup. Controlled, led, in pairs, coupled. All right, 23 down. Set the speed for to past tense, paste. Using voice as a homophone indicator of P-A-S-T-E, a thick culinary mixture, a paste, and we get paste. I set the speed for the race, I paste it. Harm the reputation of discredit, that has red in it. I think discredit is to harm the reputation of 45. DISC. Communist, I think, is red. Computer experts could be IT. A 45 is a record, an album, a disc. So 45 is a disc with red for communist. IT, your IT department, I'm going to call IT the computer experts, and we get discredit. Spooner's significance landed like some dubious accomplishment. Left-handed. The heft of something is its significance. So I think significance landed is heft landed. Spooner would say that as left-handed. A left-handed compliment, I think, maybe more in a Canadian or UK sense means a backhanded compliment. I think would be how I would understand that phrase, but I think that's right. Fret. About profession. A profession of faith could be a vow. So here's our profession written up. Guide. It is something over, isn't it? To fret is to stew over. Profession written up in guide. Steer. Yeah, it is steer for guide. Vow written up is in steer. And we get a synonym for fret about. That's where we split the clue. 21 down, circle back to gun. Revise or something could be circle back. Really? Not sure about this one. Revisit is to circle back. To gun, really. To gun an engine is to rev it. Really? Is it? So we get rev. Is it? Gun, really. And we get circle back to, revisit. I think this is rated. Appraised. Rated as a synonym of appraised. Back-ordered honey. It is dear is a synonym for honey, a term of endearment. We spell that backwards, D-E-A-R, but we insert the first letter of time, the hint of time, the T, and we get rated, which means appraised. And I think E will finish the puzzle. Is that right? Let's check the grid. Is it right or is it not right? I guess it was right. Okay, not sure how the check and reveal works there. We did. Nothing was marked incorrect. So I always forget to count how many answers I have yet to fill in. It was probably like maybe half of the puzzle, but most of them I was able to figure out the wordplay. I was able to figure out the wordplay for all of them, I think, except for steampunk. Spirit. Could steam be a spirit? Maybe punk is yeah. I'm understanding the wordplay of steampunk, but I think I got all the others. And there were a few of the ones that I had not filled in. Once I got a few more crossing letters, I was able to figure out. So I'm still not very good at this. I don't think this is a particularly difficult cryptic crossword in the universe of cryptics. I like it more because it's not UK specific language. Ideally, I would be able to find one with US specific language, but the New Yorker used to have one a while ago, but I don't think they run it anymore. I Googled for it and I can't find any recent ones. I know New York Times used to have a hard copy cryptic crossword, but I don't know if they still do that or maybe it's only hard copy. And so not available to me. All right, but this is a good puzzle. So steampunk, I think, is confusing to me. Ram part was our clue for this one. I got Sanskrit once I had another crossing letter or two. I thought this would begin with stay for remain constant, but hold steady. I was thinking along the right lines. We're anagramming the old days. Somehow as an anagram indicator. Same with this. I had the wordplay correct. I just didn't know the synonym for balloon that we would insert an IV into. This one I didn't think of at all until I had a few more crossing letters in. Gives in. This is a case where I just, well, gives in fits here. Does that fit with anything in the clue? Yeah, it does. Kind of same with here, discredit. I think I had to reveal this one. Rated, I knew before I started revealing answers, but I didn't put it in because I couldn't figure out the wordplay until I knew it was correct and then was able to get it. All right, so not a strong showing, but every week I'm getting a little bit better. I have done one of these with no hints, but I wasn't recording that one, so I guess sometimes I get lucky, but this is more typical where I have to use quite a few hints in order to finish the puzzle. Well, keep coming back every Tuesday to enjoy these puzzles and mock my difficulty, and maybe you can give me some tips in the comments. Or maybe if you're new to Cryptics, maybe there's some things that you picked up that I missed, and let me know about those as well. But please come back for more puzzles and games, and I'll see you next time.